There's nothing quite as terrifying as looking around and realizing the world has completely moved on without you.
Oh, absolutely. Like
Yeah.
showing up to a high school reunion and realizing you are like the only one still wearing your freshman year backpack.
Yes, exactly. It's that jarring, deeply uncomfortable feeling of being stuck in place while everyone else has magically grown up.
Right, right. It's a universal dread, honestly.
And that specific, very adult terror is actually the hook of the deep dive we are doing today. So a listener left a comment on our platform asking us to check out a link they provided.
Oh, yeah. The bedtime story request.
Yeah, they request it. We tell them all about this wonderful fairy tale called Princess Dotty and the Kingdom Beyond the Horizon.
It is such a fascinating read, honestly. I mean, on the surface, it's just a magical bedtime story.
Right.
But structurally, it is a total masterclass in psychology.
Yeah, because it takes life's really mundane requirements like eating, sleeping, or brushing your teeth, and it disguises them as these epic quests.
Right, it works wonders for kids, obviously. But honestly, there's a really profound lesson in there for adults, too.
Let's start with Princess Dotty herself. So she is this spunky little girl who just stubbornly refuses to eat.
And the story doesn't just nag her with the standard, eat your veggies speech.
No, it raises the stakes to this wild, fantastical level. So because she refuses food, she stays toddler-sized for 20 years.
Wait, 20 years? That is terrifying.
Right. Eventually, her parents leave for vacation, and she finds herself trapped in a giant castle. She's so small, she can't even reach a glass of juice on the table.
Oh, wow. I mean, the psychological framing there is what makes it so effective. It turns out to just be a dream, but notice how the consequence of not eating isn't just, oh, you'll be hungry.
Yeah, the consequence is total powerlessness.
Exactly. A complete lack of agency.
Which feels exactly like that adult feeling of being left behind when we refuse to adapt. So is this just about eating vegetables, or is it like a metaphor for avoiding personal growth entirely?
I mean, I think it absolutely operates on both levels. Avoiding the mundane tasks keeps you small, and the cure is equally psychological.
Eating the golden pumpkin puree.
Right, which the story brilliantly rebrands as liquid sun. So it's not a chore anymore, it's this magical elixir that gives her the power to grow.
And the story uses this mechanism for literally everything. Like, refusing an afternoon nap isn't just a timeout.
No, instead, this giant, soot-colored dream cat whisks you away to the foggy, sleepy kingdom.
To brush his coarse fur. Until a transformed mouse helps you escape using a magical valerian leaf.
Yeah, or consider anti-toothbrush.
Oh, the dental hygiene one.
Right. Ignoring that means the evil Lady Cavity is going to attack your tooth family, which requires a rescue mission for the royal doctor to get a filling.
It worked so well because it externalizes the threat.
Exactly. To a child, a cavity is an abstract, meaningless concept, but an invading army.
That makes total sense to them. By making the stakes fantastical, you give the child a clear narrative reason to care.
Right. So she masters these internal routines, and then the story pushes her outward into the world.
Yeah, at the royal kindergarten, she meets a bully, Lubelia von Bach. They get into a huge fight that ruins their beautiful dresses right before a ball.
But instead of holding a grudge, they actually wash and sew the dresses together to make peace.
Which is a massive leap in social-emotional development.
It really is. We see her empathy solidify when Dotty trades her most prized possession, which is this magical birthday doll, to save a dirty, mistreated kitten from Lubelia.
And she renames the kitten Snowflake. It is such a great transition from pure, stubborn selfishness to real compassion.
Definitely. But with that growing compassion comes independence, and with independence comes, well, the real world.
Which actually brings me to a scene I really struggle with. So Dotty falls asleep on an inflatable mattress at the Golden Lagoon and drifts out to the open sea.
That part is wild.
Her mattress gets popped by Diodon, the porcupine fish, and she is lost in the pitch black until a dolphin rescues her by navigating via the Delphinus constellation.
Honestly, isn't being stranded at sea in the dark a bit too terrifying for a bedtime story?
I mean, it sounds intense, but that fear serves a vital function.
How so?
Well, it introduces the concept of controlled risk. It teaches the reader that the world is vast and that actions like drifting off carelessly have real, sometimes frightening consequences.
Okay, I see that.
But crucially, it pairs that fear with a solution. Help is out there if you know how to look for it, like navigating by the stars. It builds resilience in a completely safe environment.
And we really see that resilience pay off at the end of the story. Autumn arrives, and Dottie is finally polite and calm,
Right. She looks at the golden, sparkling leaves and realizes they are natural treasures.
which is just a beautiful symbol for her transition out of her chaotic tantrum phase. Yeah. For you, the listener, Dottie's journey is a brilliant reminder. Whether you are raising a child or just managing your own inner stubbornness, attaching a narrative of wonder to a tedious task completely changes your relationship to it.
You do not have to stay stuck in that giant castle holding your freshman year backpack. You can always have a little liquid sun and grow.
I love that.
So think about this today. If you were to reframe your most dreaded, mundane daily chore into a magical fairy tale right now, what kind of giant dream cat or evil lady cavity would you be facing?